morning. Welcome back to another episode of Dirt Cop Dual Sport. It got really cold last night. Stayed pretty warm in my bag, and it's frosty out here with a beautiful sunset. I was thinking about making some pancakes, but I might just pack up and get going. Let's start our morning. I was thinking about making breakfast, but I'm not really hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and make some coffee, pack up, and get out of here. Boy, it was real cold last night. I stayed nice and toasty in my bag, but it's real cold this morning too. You can see there's frost all over. And not just frost on the ground, frost on my tent too. Wow, it is a lot sunnier and nicer than it was yesterday though. I'm gonna make some coffee, get packed up, and I'll catch you on the trail. Well, what better time than morning in camp than to do a Dirt Cop coffee deliciousness test. A few weeks ago, I was camping on the Yak River in Montana, and we came across a cute little general store in the town of Yak, and I picked up this instant coffee, Wild Society. Now, I'm pretty interested to try it just in general, but it says it's coffee for conservation. And this company actually donates 20% of all their profits to hunting and fishing conservation efforts. There's a couple different kinds to try there, but I got the honey coffee. It's already sweetened with some real honey. It's instant coffee, and we're gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a shot now. It's not super different from other instant coffees. I would say it's a little bit better than most of them, but the honey in there really makes it good. My God, I really like that. So if we're gonna rate this on the Dirt Cop coffee deliciousness scale, I would probably give it a solid 8 out of 10. Not the best, but pretty damn good. All right, well, that's it. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Now it's just time for the adventurous ride back to town. All right, let's go. All right, well, here we are heading out. About half a mile back, I veered off the main road and took this trail. I'm gonna take a new way back. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. Really enjoy this trail, four-wheeler trail, but I'm hoping it's early in the morning. Maybe we'll see some animals. It is the weekend. They're probably all in their hidey holes. This is a beautiful, beautiful area. Bloop, bloop. Oh, almost wrecked there. That was fun. Forgot about how rocky this little section is. Look at all these birds flying out. Getting rocks with their gizzards, I'm assuming. Alright. So that's the kind of section that's good on a dirt bike. Maybe not so great on the T-dubs, but it still handled it okay. Only thing I really get worried about is getting a flat out here. That would just be a nightmare. Oh, this is a great section. Very fun. Woo! I saw deer out here this summer when I was riding, and you guys were there too. That was my Striped Peak lookout video. I gotta take it easy because I have so much gear. It's hard to control. I wasn't expecting that. There we go. Getting out of this rocky section. So one of my viewers, can't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but said you don't like rock gardens. Anyone else like riding these rock gardens? It's kind of nerve-wracking for me. Alright, it's a little better now. Alright, almost to the top. Alright, sorry I wasn't talking there because I was concentrating on my riding abilities, which are not as good as a lot of people's. But I'm learning. I'm getting better, I hope. At least I'm not as scared when I'm doing that stuff. Look at this. Okay, so if you're wondering why it's so rocky, I'm going to get going and I'll talk to you a little bit later. I just stopped here because that is just a nice sight. That big old mountain, it doesn't have a name, I don't think. Alright, let's get going. That's funny. Yeah, it looks like you can go right up that mountain if you want. Now that doesn't look like the kind of trail I do. Let's take a look. So what I was saying was, so I wanted to take a look at this trail. Not like an official trail, I don't think. But it just goes straight up that mountain and I do not want to do that. Bumped the sidewall there and ripped this right off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. Alright, well, not all is lost. I managed to rig it up right there. I don't know, it's not gonna work very well, but hopefully it gets me out of here. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going now. I bumped the other side. It didn't rip it off. It was just, it pulled it out from the, it was already precariously there, so I had to reattach that. That was scary. This is scary. This trail is just sheer drop off. And I can't get close to the wall because it'll rip off my thing, so I gotta ride on the outside. Crazy. Anyways, that was a silly mistake I made. I couldn't remember. Oh. I thought the trail I needed to do was on the other side of the cliff, but I don't think it is. I think it's this one I passed up here. So we're gonna drop down into a mountain lake, hopefully. And it's this trail right here. And if it's the trail I've taken before, it's actually a really fun trail. So, get going. So the first part's kind of boring, if I remember right. Yeah, let's get going. So this trail was once a single track, but then they opened it up to four-wheelers, so now it's a double. But still, you know, it's pretty tight, especially when you got all this gear on. I'm making sure everything's still where it's supposed to be. I want to get home with all my stuff and in one piece. All my stuff in one piece. Oh man, I forgot there's two mountain lakes here. I should have stayed here last night. As beautiful as this is, I'm just gonna have to head home now. I got crap falling off my bike and quite a mess happening. So, alright, well, glad I wasn't recording that because that was embarrassing. Not much further to go till we're out of here, I think. So I had to climb up this hill, but I can't really move around because of the wacky way everything's loaded up. Hump and just couldn't quite get over it. And spilled, but it was such a pain in the ass to get going again, get it up. Unfortunately, I didn't lose anything. Whee! And nothing broke. Oh, yes, this is the correct way. I can see the lake down there. Awesome. Awesome possum. Okay. Oh. I think that was a bra back there. Or tank top. It's hard to tell. Here we go. So that was one of the dumbest rides I've ever been on. I think I made every mistake you could possibly make there. Also able to jimmy rig everything back together. I've only been riding this trail down for 3 minutes. That is crazy. Like I said, I love this trail. It's pretty fun. All this gear on my rack is pushing me super far forward and it's driving me nuts. I can hardly shift. Ooh, which way, which way, which way? All good, all good. Just like I was saying, it was the first summer I was doing dirt cop stuff, and I kind of accidentally found this trail. I knew a trail like this existed, but I'd never been down it. I'd never seen it. And then I did it, and I was like, wow, that's really fun. I was out in the middle of bow season, though, and there was a lot of people out that day. Whoa, some mud there. Well, it's cool. I actually ran into a couple guys with TW200s, a little newer than mine. I think 2018s or 2019s. So that was cool. But this is an interesting trail. I'm actually going to turn around so we can see what I'm doing here, because it's super fun. Oh man, I stopped it there. So going down that trail, there's just all kinds of cool bank turns. And I didn't even catch them. I thought, oh, I'm going to turn the camera around and get them. And I did, but then they were done and I was at the lake. Well, let's take a look-see here. Trail I came down. Super fun. Well, I'm just calling it. That's the end of my journey. Just gonna be a plain dirt road heading back down. If anything interesting happens, I will throw the camera on and share it with everybody. But for now, I'm turning it off and I'm heading home. Glad everyone came along. Hope you enjoyed.